Hi, my name is Derek Mahoka. I'm the president of Branch Always Software, which many of you know as the makers of the QuickST3 software accelerator, which is now also known as Warp 9. I am also the original programmer of the ST Transformer 8-bit emulator, which allowed Atari 800 and 400 software to run on the Atari ST. My latest project, and the reason that many of you are watching this videotape, is the Gemulator Atari ST emulator for MS-DOS compatibles. This product was first shown in April at the Toronto ACE Show and will be shown again later this summer at the Indianapolis, Connecticut, Glendale, and Waste Atari Fests. If you have already seen our newsletter and have already pre-ordered Gemulator, you're probably interested in how fast does it run, how compatible is it, how much will it cost? Well, the cost part is easy. If you order before August 31st, 1992, Gemulator costs only $199. That includes the Gemulator board, which will be demoed shortly, and the Gemulator software. TOS ROMs can then be purchased either from us for an additional charge or purchased from your Atari dealer or simply taken out of an Atari ST. If you don't have this newsletter, you can simply write away at the address that will be shown at the end of this video and you'll receive the newsletter, which includes the order form. And other than that, all I can say is watch the rest of this video. Come in.
Hi, Derek.
Hi.
I'm Danny Miller.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Welcome to my living room.
Oh, thanks.
This is where I do all my work.
Yeah, should have figured somebody like you would have everything set up in their living room. I brought the Gemulator ad with me. Thanks for inviting me over, by the way.
No
I have some questions about this I wanted to ask you. This is going to sound silly, but I really don't understand much about what this is doing. What is Gemulator?
Okay, well, Gemulator, as you know, is the Atari ST emulator for PCs. The problem with PCs and Ataris, and I just happen to have my 1040 ST right here.
I have one of those.
See, they have very similar monitors and disk drives, and they take the same memory chips, and they use very similar mice, but the microprocessor inside the computer is different. The Atari has a 68000 processor, which is built by Motorola. PCs have the 386 processor, which is built by Intel. And
yeah, I know that. That's why it seems to me impossible that you'd be able to do this and get ST stuff to run on the PC.
Right. Well, up until now, it has been impossible. That's where Gemulator comes in. What Gemulator does is it converts the programs that are written for the Motorola chip and makes them run on the Intel chip. It translates one instruction into another instruction so that what this computer understands, this computer can now understand.
How? Is it software or hardware or both?
It's both. If you look inside your 1040, and I just happen to be looking inside this one because I was going to rip a few things out of it. When you take off the power supply and the keyboard, in here you have these 6 chips.
Yeah, I know. That's what TOS is, because I had an upgrade I ordered from Atari once, and I had to replace those chips.
Right. This is your TOS operating system. This is what puts up the menus and the windows. This is what makes your Atari different from a Mac or an Amiga or even a PC.
Okay.
The Atari operating system is what makes your Atari the way it is.
Okay.
So what I have done with Gemulator is I take these ROMs and I plug them into a PC. And I do that with the Gemulator card. Now this is my first prototype of the card, and I was just testing out a second prototype.
I see.
Yeah.
This is TOS 2.06, and this is TOS 1.4. Well, why are there both copies of TOS here?
Well, the way the Gemulator card is designed, it has 8 empty sockets. Now, TOS itself only comes in 2 chipsets or 6 chipsets. Earlier Ataris, like the 1040, used 6 chips. Newer STs, like the Mega STE, will use the 2 chips.
Okay, but you have both.
Right. By putting on 8 sockets, it allows you to put both on. You can put the older TOS 1.0 or the newer TOS 2.0.
So which one do you get when you plug in and use Gemulator?
Either one. You can select. When you run the Gemulator software, it detects what versions of TOS you have plugged in. If you want, you can only have, if you just have one set of TOS ROMs plugged in or have both. In fact, you can have several cards plugged in. You can have 2 or 3 of these cards plugged in. So you can have your TOS 1.0, your TOS 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 2.0, every version of TOS out there, you can actually plug into your PC and be able to select which version of TOS you want to run.
And I can go back and forth between different versions without needing to change any hardware on the card, just through software.
In fact, let me show you how easy it is to actually just do this. Let me just finish what I was doing here. And I'll shut the computer off.
So this is it.
Right. This is what will become the final Gemulator card. This is the new prototype. Okay, you can see this is the board that I showed several months ago at the Toronto Atari show. This is the new board. It's slightly smaller, but it does everything the first one does. It has the same 8 sockets, and I also have 2 TOS 2.0 chips plugged in and 6 TOS 1.4 chips.
How difficult is this to install into your computer?
Very easy. Let's say this is your PC.
Okay.
You basically unscrew the cover.
I've had the top off because I've had to put in put in my new display card.
Cover on your PC. So I've just unscrewed that, and you find any empty slot here in the computer. And you plug the card in. Now the card itself has no jacks or anything coming out the back, so you don't have to worry about wiring or anything like that. You just find any empty slot and just drop it in, and you'll hear it click into place.
Okay.
Of course, before you do this, you plug in some TOS ROMs.
Right.
Okay, so
and
it's
now
plugged
what?
in, and that's it. It's installed. We just put the
that's
cover
easy.
back on the machine, and now we can just boot the machine back.
Oh, great.
So let me just put the cover back, and I'll show you Gemulator.
Oh, I was going to ask you, actually. I know some people that have laptops and might be interested in running Gemulator on a laptop.
Oh, yeah.
So it does work.
Gemulator is great for a laptop because most PC laptops are actually smaller and lighter than a Stacy. All you have to do, you just have to make sure that your laptop has a card slot at the back.
Okay. Oh.
Most laptops do.
It does.
And you can see I have the Gemulator card plugged right in here. And that's all there is to it. You plug it in, and you can now run Gemulator on your laptop there.